You're listening to Season 6 of the Three Angry Giant Fans of the Jet Fan podcast, sponsored by Carolina Beer Temple. Join us weekly as we complain about our team's dismal performances, the shenanigans in the NFL, and other assorted nonsense. We also give our pet peeves and answer listener questions. Check us out on YouTube. Go to our website, angryfootballfans.com, and subscribe to our podcast wherever you get yours. We have a lot of fun doing this. We appreciate all the support. Go Jets and go Giants.
Hey, yo, check this out. Check this out. Hey, we outside, but we inside. Come on. We outside, but we inside. Come on. I want everybody to go outside of their boundaries and do whatever it takes to pull a win. Come on. We gotta be desperate for greatness. Desperate for greatness. Come on. How bad do we want it? Let's find out. Here you go. Let's go. Family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family.
So that is famous Jameis Winston with the pregame speech firing everyone up. Giants came out, fired up, scored on their first possession, had a lead, 10-point lead in the second half in the fourth quarter, and then lost it. And as we come on the air today on a Monday, Bowen is fired. So at the end of the day, it's probably the best thing could possibly happen. The offense put 500 yards up and still lost this game, guys.
Yeah.
I was thinking, there's so many different ways to think about like how you're going to lose. I thought about this one. Like we threw two of the most ridiculous trick plays that I've seen the Giants run in forever. Two go for long touchdowns in the same game, and we still managed to lose the game.
Throw those in with 500 yards. And, here's the other thing about both of those. Like, the defense was not fooled by those trick plays. Either one of them. They should not have worked, but they did somehow.
It's a miracle the first one worked, because if you notice, two offensive linemen are just fucking standing around. Like Winston got blown up on that play after he threw the touchdown to Robinson. Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Because it's even on a trick play, like our offensive linemen are just standing around, like they're just getting tricked by themselves.
They got tricked.
Yeah. But the second one was hilarious because my brain couldn't function. I see number 19 catch the ball out there, and I'm like, who the hell is 19?
Was that Kenny Galladay? Was it Kenny Galladay out there?
I'm like, who the hell is 19? And then I realized, I'm like, that's Winston. Like it just didn't register.
And then he
Winston
scores.
has more.
They start throwing the dice in the corner.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I wrapped my head. I'm like, what receiver's 19? I'm like, certainly ain't Hyatt, that asshole. I'm like, who's out there? Yeah.
I have never in my life, and I've watched a lot of football, as we all know, we all have. Is there a team that has ever found more creative ways to lose a game than the 2025 New York Giants?
No.
I mean,
We'll go down in history,
it is
man.
unbelievable that this team continues to find ways to lose.
You don't even have to put 2025 there. The Giants as a whole in the last
this year
decade
is like nothing else, because last year you were such a bore. This year you're entertaining and fun to watch, but yet they're still losing. The only team in the league to be eliminated.
But you know what's bizarre, guys?
Go ahead, Cardone.
No, go ahead, Scott.
No, I was going to say, what I'm going to get into a little bit later is that, we've given up 5 leads in the fourth quarter of 10 points or more, 6 leads in the fourth quarter period, and we're the first team ever to give more than 4 leads of 10 points in the fourth quarter up, ever. So,
That's
we're
awesome.
Historically the worst defense.
I've completely come full circle. I'm totally embracing it now. Like I'm actually finding myself entertained. Yeah. Like, instead of being miserable last night, I was actually kind of entertained and kind of had a little pep in my step. I'm like, well, fuck it, why not?
Might as well be entertained by it.
Like I said yesterday, the best thing about this game is that it's the game that got Bowen fired, just like 2 games ago was the game that got Dable fired. I think overall that's what you needed to have happen.
I mean, there's a chance if this keeps going, one of us might be coaching this team by the end of the year.
They got to fire next week.
All right. I mean.
So we are the Three Angry Giant Fans of the Jet Fan podcast. Your host, Scott, Giant Mike, Cardone, and Angry Jets fan Novak. And before we get into everything, because there's a lot to get into tonight, let me give a shout out. And here's one in the border of Massachusetts, Rhode Island. Hello, Seekonk, Massachusetts. Population 15,500. It was 2/3 of Seekonk is in Rhode Island and 1/3 is in Massachusetts. And there have been several spellings of Seekonk over the years, including Sink Hunk. as one of them. Two separate words, Sink Hunk. It's also home of the Beer Can Museum and Andrew Skurka, who is a professional backpacker. And the only reason I called that out is I don't know how one becomes a professional backpacker.
You got to get paid to wear a backpack. That's all there is to it.
What's in it?
I guess I'm an amateur backpacker. I don't know. I haven't gone pro.
See, this is actually, last week we had a cool name. What was it, like Doku Depot or something?
Yeah, Doku Depot.
Doko.
Sea Conk? Nah. I this is not a name I would want.
Would you want to be Sink
Yes.
Hulk?
I thought you were saying Seacock.
Exactly. Thank you.
No,
Pardon, you said the reason why I didn't say it, but that's
It's
exactly why I wouldn't want it.
It's currently SEEKONK. Seekonk.
Seaconk.
It's just a name. We hear names. Since the whole time we've been doing this, we hear names of these towns that are really cool names that just have been erased, and then we still have Seekonk here.
Yeah. It's
Like, if you're gonna change a name, come on,
seriously.
Seekonk.
Yeah.
But can you imagine saying you lived in Sink Hulk? Hey, I live in Sink Hulk.
Better than Sea Conk for some reason. I don't know.
There was probably like a Slutville out there before before that became slang or something. Who knows?
Well, there is an Intercourse, Pennsylvania, as we know.
And of course, there is.
Yeah.
There is indeed. So, guys, another blown lead in the fourth quarter. Bowen was fired because of it, which came probably 7 weeks too late. But it's one of those things where the Giants, they dominated this game for 3.5 quarters. Let's not say dominated. They were in the lead for 3.5 quarters. And then at the end of the game, they gave it up. And then in overtime, inexcusably did not even touch Gibbs on the very first play from scrimmage. Dexter Lawrence was on the sidelines, and I think that's what helped seal Bowen being fired. Gibbs running wild just all game long. And the thing I took away from this too, we know that they had to make the move. We know that the offense is running well. I mean, guys, the Giants offense is another game, 20 plus points, and they come away with a loss.
500 yards, 20 plus points, no number one wide receiver, no number one running back, and Jameis Winston playing quarterback.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that Jameis shouldn't be a surprise. He's known for putting up big numbers and making bigger mistakes. That's his thing. And in these 2 games he played, he hasn't made the mistakes. The interception in the end zone at the end of the last game, which we know was not his fault. That was going to be a good ball. I hate to say this. When the year started, I did not think I'd be saying anything like this, but we've wasted 2 good starts by Jameis Winston here. That's something I didn't have on my bingo card, but yeah. And, you look at these games, you look at these comeback losses, and a lot of times you see these things happen, and it's a team effort, right, guys? It is. The defense can't stop anybody all of a sudden, and your offense just will not stop going 3 and out. That is not the case with these Giants. The Giants have gone back in these blowouts. We've come back and answered scores. Or not blowouts, I'm sorry, in these comebacks. The offense has come out and answered scores in Denver, at Dallas. This week we didn't actually score. We should have at least kicked 3, but we moved the ball in like a 5-minute drive that with points could have ended the game. So this is 100% on this defense. The offense is not going into a shell and giving up the lead late. That is not what's happening here.
You know what it gets me is we've seen Bowen drop, 8 and rush 3. And in the last 2 games, he hasn't. He's rushed 4 at the end of the game, but he's still dropping 7. So when you're dropping 7 back and rushing 4, let's say the opposition is running 5 guys out in the route, which usually they're running 4. You still have a couple of double teams there and everything else. Why are guys still wide open? When you were rushing 3 and having 8 back, it was even worse because you had guys 25 yards downfield wide open. So what is the purpose of rushing 3 if that's happening? So you rush 4, it doesn't make much of a difference either. And I think that's what ended up happening. In a case where the team has to move the ball, I would rush 6 or at least show 6. Show a blitz and back out.
Show right, Scott. At least show that you might be blitzing. Run some stunts, bring line guys up in different positions, have the pressure coming from different positions. It's incredible. So that's just a testament again to how bad the secondary is for the New York Giants.
Yeah.
The guys in the back end, they're that bad. I'll put them at the worst. Maybe, I don't know, Cincinnati. I just pick a team. I don't know, but I mean the Giants are among the worst. Doesn't matter. Individually, there's just a bunch of hacks on the secondary. Collectively, one of the worst groups in the league. I want to make an offense. I'll go back to the offense for a minute. Did you guys hear the stat? I didn't even realize this. The Giants, I don't know where this ranks in the leagues. They didn't mention this. That was their 6th time scoring on the opening drive of the game.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. They mentioned it, and I was like, I can't believe.
Really?
So again, we're getting up early, or at least in the game, and we just cannot hold leads. It's a miracle that, because we used to beg for the Giants to score touchdowns or any kind of points, on their first drive, especially, let alone in the first quarter, get off to a hot start. So the Giants are doing that, and that's how bad the defense has been this year. It's incredible.
Yeah.
You want to hear a terrible stat here? Brian Burns has dropped back into coverage the last 2 games 15 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
Think about that. Your best pass rusher, the guy who leads the league or is up there in the league in sacks, is dropping back 15 times.
Oh, this is my only problem with what we're doing here is I know that dropping 8, I know that dropping 7 is successful for some teams. There's a reason teams do it. It's not quite going into prevent, but to the point we made a couple weeks ago, guys, we don't have the personnel to do that. We are at our best when we're rushing the passer. Even if you don't get there, you force like a running back or a tight end to stay in and block. And those are the things that are hurting us in these situations, is these leak out, wide open guys running free. I don't get it. I don't understand. Hopefully that philosophy changes with Bowen out the door. Clearly, Kafka had some say to him after Dable got fired, because we stopped the drop 8 bullshit, which we hadn't stopped. But he was still doing things like dropping Burns. He still is only rushing 4. And that's okay. But you got to mix it up. You got to rush 4, and then the next play send 6. And then go and then drop 8 if you want. You just got to, you can't let them know what's coming every time. And, the Giants actually with Bowen, I was surprised to find out this week, they blitz at a fairly high rate. They are like the 5th or 6th team that, highest percentage
or something. I don't know where that stat comes from. Yeah.
Yeah, they're right in there in the top half. The problem is everyone gets blocked when we do it.
Well, the other part, too, is that we don't blitz when the game is on the line.
Right. No.
So, we
blitz.
We blitz early in the game. We blitz, right before halftime. We don't blitz when the other team needs to drive 40 yards to get a field goal. For some reason, we drop 7 back and let up a 20-yard reception with no contest.
Yeah.
Well, you might have the most amount of blitzes because you can't get off the field. You don't have any 3 and outs. So if you're just going on straight numbers, of course you're going to be up there.
Yeah.
Long clock chewing drives against this defense. Yeah.
Right.
Or in the case of yesterday, one 69-yard run in overtime. Yeah, so take your pick. They do both.
I mean, I just can't believe how this keeps happening. And you can only lay it at the feet of the coach because, as we just said, we blitz at a fairly high rate. But we know just from the eye test, we know we're not blitzing in the fourth quarter for whatever reason. We know that. And look, we had the Detroit Lions at 17 points through 3.5 quarters. We had the Denver Broncos at 3 through 3.5 quarters. We're doing good things up until a certain point. And the problem with that is it's become the pattern. It's not just, those teams switched up on us and they got us. It's the pattern. Good defense for 3 quarters and a couple of drives into the fourth, and then we fall apart for whatever reason. Whether we're blitzing or not, we fall apart. And I think Bowen's a little bit of a cowardly defensive coordinator. I think that Kafka told him, you can't drop 8 in these situations. We got to blitz. So he says, fine, all right. Well, I'm dropping 7, and one of them's going to be Burns. Like, what are you doing, man? No one falls for that. They know instantly. The quarterback knows instantly as the ball. He doesn't even have possession of the ball yet, and he's watching Brian Burns backpedal. You don't think he's like, all right, I'm comfortable. No. Just
Well,
get him. He's gone. He's gone. Get him out.
The other thing that's bothered me about this defense too is that we can't tackle, but while we can't tackle, we don't go after the ball while we can't tackle. Like some people at least like they're trying to strip a ball away. Guy gets 5-10 yards extra. Yeah. We don't even do that. Under Wink, we were at least punching the ball out. We were taught to go after the ball. These guys that are playing right now don't go after the ball. The front four maybe, but the back end, no.
The back end is terrible.
It's among the worst in the league. And I knew this going into the game, but it's so refreshing to see. We had the little E next to our New York Giant name in the official NFL standings. We're the only team to have the little E next to us. I mean, it's comical.
Can I ask this though? I mean, how could we be eliminated and like the Titans and the Raiders are not? Like I would think the NFC is less competitive than the AFC.
Well, there's not a team in the NFC that has 10 wins, right? It's only the Patriots.
Right.
So I don't know how. I don't. Well, maybe there's just a log jam of wild card teams in the NFC that are in 7 and 8 wins versus 6 or something in the AFC. Must have something to do with that.
Do we get bonus points for being the most dangerous 2-10 team ever?
I mean,
we do not.
You do not. Record. You are what your record says you are, Scott.
Yes.
So our interim defensive coordinator is named Charlie Bowen, and he was tutelaged under Vance Joseph. Who Vance Joseph is? I believe he's the Broncos defensive coordinator. Is that right? Yeah. And Vance Joseph is a guy who will probably get some head coaching looks this offseason, possibly even with the New York Giants. So I don't know what Charlie Bowen will do. I don't know what Kafka will do. What I like about Kafka so far since he's taken over is Kafka has, he's fired Bowen. He's taken over the play calling. And what I loved about this game is in the fourth quarter, I'm watching Kafka calling plays rather than watching Dable running up and down the sideline like a madman yelling at people. Sure. I mean, Kafka, even with the chaos, he stays calm. Now, did that work? No, we still lost. Well, and maybe because of that, he's got to go. But Kafka's offense right now, if he's the guy calling the plays, doing a damn good job of it.
He did look comfortable. Like he actually just looked comfortable on the sidelines, being in command. So I'll give him that. I made note of that myself, just throughout the game. The only thing at the end of the game, and Mike and I were just talking about this before we all came on collectively. They get down first and goal from the 4, up by 3, and they decide, so those 4 plays though, I still feel like the Giants' goal to go offense, we just don't seem to know what we want to do down there. We just, we stuck a run in there. I think it was Tracy on first down. Okay, second and goal from the 2, and then the short incomplete on the near sidelines, and then a loss of 4, and out on third down. So what? They're back now to the 6, goal to go from fourth down from the 6. And I was asked, Cardone, were you pissed off that they went for it instead? I'm like, no, actually, that was the one time I'm like, just go for it. 2-9, go for it. I was fine with it. And but in the back of your head, they're not going to get it. You just know the Giants are not, because that was one time I'm thinking this 10-point lead they have to win this one, right? If they score here, they have to.
But we know what the Giants are. Yeah. The Giants, if they had kicked the field goal there, then the Lions would have gotten the kickoff, ran it back to the 45. They had 3 plays down to the 10, and next thing you know, they're at the doorstep, coming in.
It just happened against the Bears. I mean, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. 2 weeks ago, we kicked the field goal and it bites us. This week we don't, and it bites us. I don't know what else to do.
I know. It's so pathetic, guys, though, in this league, and it's not even just the Giants. It's you go across the league. In that situation, it's so pathetic that from just the automatic drive that's coming the other way by the team that's trailing, in this case, I was okay with you know what? I'm okay with just we're almost better off not getting the touchdown or going for it, not getting it, than going up by 6, because like you said, Scott, they would have field position and we probably lose the game in regulation. We end up losing in overtime anyway. We don't know that's going to happen, of course. But here I was thinking okay, maybe at least they don't go 5 yards, and the worst case scenario is we go to overtime. We'll get to that, of course, later. But and that's what ended up happening. But it's amazing how you just know you're not going to get a stop there either way. You're not going to get a stop either way.
Well, and we saw two good kickers this week, Aubrey and Elliott, in the same game, miss long field goals. We can't get a miss from Jake Bates.
Nope. I mean, it was hooking like it wasn't going to make it to, and then it's inexplicably curved back in. Like, I've never seen this.
What was that old kick? It was in college. They called it the hand of God. It was like Alabama or something, and the ball looked like it was going 10 yards outside, and then all of a sudden it just turned and came back. That was this. This was a hand of God kick. It just was dead right off the foot. It was a knuckleball, no spin, just no. You could tell Jake Bates kicked that thing just as hard as he could. It came out low and flat, and obviously going right, and hand of God just tapped it back toward the
It was like the
uprights.
Bishop's putt in Caddyshack, where he during that.
When it was raining,
wild thunderstorm. Yeah, he rockets it past, and then all of a sudden it inexplicably just spins back and falls in the cup.
And the frog jumps out. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe. I mean, I could believe he made it because when he was lining up, I go, "Wow, this is going in." And then off his foot, I was like, "Oh my God, he did miss." And sure enough, that fucking thing went right back, and snuck in the corner.
No,
It was
unreal.
I cheered halfway through that kick. I was like,
Yeah.
So did I.
Yeah.
For all the weird, like it's off. Yeah. I'm funny because, I'm like there. And of course, I'm telling myself in my head, like verbally, I'm saying out loud, he's going to fucking drill this. He is. It's going to hit the net halfway up. It's going to be perfect. But in my head, I was thinking, he ain't making this. I was just saying that stuff out loud to counteract the jinx. And I really thought he wasn't making that kick.
Yeah, I think the fourth down call was the right call to go for it. I really do. You're playing with a short field either way. You're kicking off. They're going to get the ball back at the 35, 37-yard line, and then they got to get a touchdown, win the game. I like your offense scoring there versus trying to stop your defense trying to do anything of substance in the end there. It was the right call.
If you hold the other team to a 60-yard field goal to win or tie the game,
Yeah,
your defense has done their job.
Absolutely.
That is, and I was just talking with Cardone before we got on here. I can't believe that Campbell didn't go for that 4th and 10 rather than try that field goal.
Right.
I thought for sure. I thought he was
going to go for it too.
Yeah,
I really did.
Yeah.
So I didn't think he was trotting the kicker out there.
Yep.
So the Giants lost and the Jets lost. The Jets had the Ravens on the mat. Hall fumbled, and I'll tell you what I came out with, Novak. The Ravens are not a very good team.
They're not
going to
that good.
They're probably going to make the playoffs, but they're not a great team.
No, Lamar Jackson was not good at all. I mean, you take away the stupid, ridiculous decision to go for it on 4th down, 4th and 2, when the Jets are up
in their own territory.
In their own territory. And here's the worst part: you want to go for it, fine. You have 2 wins. I get it. Put Breece Hall in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Give them the thought that you might actually just run Breece Hall, so that it'll open up other people. If I'm the Ravens and Breece Hall's in the sidelines, I'm going, this is over. There's no way they're getting this 1st down.
Yeah.
So Aaron Glenn is still struggling with those types of things, which, fine. I don't really care that they won or lost. I really don't. And I'm not trying to tank. I'm not saying that at all. I don't really care that they lost. What I care most about at this point is understanding what we have for next year. And you know how I am about GMs. And I have the 4 players in this game that did really well were John Mechie, this A.D. Mitchell, Briggs, this guy from Cleveland that we got for a 7th round draft choice, and Brownlee Jr. from Tennessee. 4 under the radar trades that the Jets did, and all they lost out of getting those 4 players was a 6th round draft choice. And so that's the mark in my mind of a potential good organization. I'm not saying the Jets are, don't get me wrong, but these under the radar trades that you make for players that can actually contribute, that you're getting them on the cheap, that could turn out to be, I think John Mechie is going to be a number 2, number 3 receiver, and we got him to trade away our backup nickelback that was on the end of his contract.
Yeah.
So I was pretty excited about it, but there's a couple of records that we now have that are really difficult to take. One, the NFL record for fewest turnovers for a defense in a season is 8. The Jets have 1 this year. So they're blowing that record out
Total
the fucking
takeaways.
door.
They have 1, right?
They have 1.
That's a miracle. Think about that.
Think about that. It's right.
I know.
And think about the teams we played. We played the Browns, right? We've played, I don't know, I can't even think, the Dolphins. I mean, we've played some pretty bad teams. The Bengals.
I mean, guys just drop the ball like sometimes when they're running.
Apparently not against the Jets.
No.
Or a tip at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, come on.
We're blowing that record out the door.
Yeah, you are.
And our 10th straight losing season. 10.
Oof.
We have not had a winning record since my daughter was in middle school, and she's graduating college this year. I mean, think about that. It's out of control how bad this organization is. My only thing is I have to hope that they have found something with this GM, because he's really done a nice job with like getting some depth and getting some undervalued players. We have a great cap situation going on. And I started to think about, Cardone, you called him out a couple of weeks ago, Glenn, getting on the media about the quarterback thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I started to think about it. I'm like, maybe he's got something here, because they're going to draft a quarterback. So he's setting himself up for next year when they have the quarterback. He's going to say, guys, I told you last year, I don't talk about the quarterback. So he's kind of setting himself up for that, maybe, in a way. I don't know. I got to look positively at the future. They played well enough to be in the game. 2 straight games of much better teams, and they were in it. So I'm not all that upset. I don't have that much anger tonight.
It's funny. I was thinking just in the middle of the game, I was flipping, I had multi-view on. I had mostly the Giants, but I was doing multi-view as well here and there. And just not seeing Justin Fields running around. Like, what?
It's so refreshing.
Isn't it just, it's incredible how different everything looks. Like this guy, and I know we're beating a dead horse here, but I don't care. I mean, as long as this guy's in the league, we'll continue to talk about this schmuck. I don't, whether he played or not, because him not playing, it's still worth mentioning. That in terms of just, I mean, Taylor, even his numbers, 17-28, 222 yards, 222 yards. Fields can't do that in 2 weeks.
That was
4 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, it was refreshing for the quarterback to drop back and think there's a chance he could complete a pass.
Yep.
I mean,
actually had 28 attempts. Not looking, he's not running, he's not dropping back and immediately becoming an RB1 within 2 seconds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the play, I mean, you noticed it when he came in, when Fields got hurt a couple weeks ago. The Jets coaches all of a sudden start calling passes down the field.
Yeah.
That's what confuses me about Fields so much, is he obviously handcuffs his own coaches. But, man, they will stand up there. They will keep him in the lineup and stand up there and defend this guy. Oh, it's not on Justin. Yes, it is.
It is. And I was actually going to ask you guys this. Honestly, now we know this isn't your opinion. This is what you think the league will do, not what we all know. Fields should be out of the league. Does he get another job after the Jets?
I just can't see him getting another job after the Jets.
Because he sucks. I know he sucks. Cardone knows he sucks.
I think he does. I do. I
agree with you.
No,
I think someone else takes a chance.
Someone will definitely take a flyer on the guy as a backup, of course, and he will land somewhere. He's not. The league is not ready for him not to be in the league. You know what I mean?
I don't see it. I mean,
somebody will.
The Jets pretty much brought him in to be QB1, and they thought. I mean, if you listen to what the Jets said, and many of their fans and Novak's buddies who are now feasting on crow that Novak feeds them weekly
all the time.
Good.
They thought that they didn't have to draft a quarterback now.
That's correct.
They thought they had their guy for the next 8 years.
But he's not so fixable.
He was given the keys to the franchise, and he blew it.
Yes.
And I just can't see another team. Now, you guys are right. Maybe he lands somewhere as a backup. Some offensive-minded crazy coach brings him in there to run packages. I just don't.
How many chances do you get, though?
Most players don't get that many.
He's failed miserably in 3 places. He was replaced by a guy that's been in the league for 15 years, was almost out of the league, and he got replaced by him.
Yeah.
How much lower can you? And the Jets are the worst team in the league. So how can you go any lower?
Oh, be careful with the worst team in the league talk there, my friend.
Well,
We're
that's
just
true.
because we're fun doesn't mean we're worse.
That's true.
Or we're not worse, I should say.
So,
So I'm finally back in the fold. I had dropped off there for a while. I don't know why. It happens every like middle of the pod for me on this new one.
it's it's every time I do my Jet breakdown, I see Scott like fiddling with his
Fiddle.
phone.
Disappears.
He's gone
Working
some
the-
weird rectangle picture and frame. I don't know what's going on. It's very distracting. God damn it.
So let's go around the league. There's a lot of stuff around the league,
Yeah.
but for me, guys, Eagles Cowboys game. That was one that we got the Chiefs there with the Colts. We had the Rams game, but that Eagles Cowboys game. Eagles were up 21-0. Cowboys came back to win the game. And now all of a sudden everyone is on the Cowboys bandwagon thinking this team is a playoff team. I don't see it. But you know how it goes. There's hype.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
That game was much more about the Eagles to me than the Cowboys. The Eagles, I think Novak and said it from the beginning of the year. Something's still not right there. And, I know we're talking about the defending world champs, and I know 2 years ago we were saying something's not right. They fixed it for a year. Something's off with that team again.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, one of my it's almost like a pet peeve. It's like when as soon as the media or whomever just says, "Oh, Cowboys," I can easily see them making the playoffs now or this. Okay, well then they're still like 10th in the conference. So if so, all right, Mr. Media, then who's falling out? Like you gotta they have to overtake 3 teams in the standings. A lot of weeks left. That can happen, but then who's falling back? Because they're still several games behind.
Yeah.
Even like the Lions and the Niners, they're a game with that fucking tie in there with Dallas. But still, you know what I'm saying, guys? Like it's still, then somebody has to fall apart almost. Then who are those teams going to be?
Right. You're not just predicting the Cowboys are going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, the Cowboys are on the path to the playoffs. All right. Well, who's falling out then? Who's dropping off?
Yeah.
They never mentioned that.
Well, I think Cardone always talks about prisoner of the moment. We're seeing that a bit with the Rams. Everyone's talking about the Rams now as a shoo-in for the Super Bowl. Like that's a prisoner of the moment thing. I think the Rams possibly could be a good team. They might make the Super Bowl. They might go deep, but you don't know right now. It's weeks. It's still week 13. But you have these guys talking about the Rams as if they're shoo-ins for the Super Bowl.
Wow.
3 weeks ago it was the Buccaneers, right? 3 weeks ago it was the Buccaneers. We're going to be the one to unseat the Eagles, and Baker Mayfield's the MVP, and nobody can take a breath.
I mean the current champs. I mean the Eagles still I hate using the word they just. I would not bet against them. I just wouldn't.
No, they'll be there.
They're going to be right there. I don't see how the Eagles don't at least make the championship game, conference championship game. I don't see them getting knocked out before that. So maybe it's the Rams. I will say this: I watched a decent chunk of the Ram-Buck game, and I know Mayfield went out, but before he went out, Rams did look good, man. Both sides of the ball.
I think the Rams look fantastic.
Yeah.
The problem is people are saying because of a few good weeks in a row, they're going all the way. Yeah. They're definitely going all the way.
What I found really interesting this week, when you talk about those teams, look at the 3 big wins this week: the Chiefs, the Cowboys, and the Lions.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, who's playing on Thursday?
Chiefs,
Cowboys, and Lions.
And Cowboys. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. NFL wins again, man. Like they just continue to win every single week. They get what they want.
Meaningful games. Yep.
The right teams winning, the right narratives, the right storylines, just continue to trot them out, and they win every week, and they get it right every time.
I know.
They never fail.
Yeah, had the Eagles just blown their doors off, and the Cowboys never made that a game, and what are we talking about going into Thursday?
They lose the narrative. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
It's incredible.
Now all of a sudden, Thursday's must-watch TV on Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, because you're right. I mean, the Chiefs lose that game, and they're all of a sudden getting buried.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, they'd
They're
be
back
5-6, the Chiefs.
And Detroit, they just
been.
love to talk about Detroit. If Detroit falls, they first time in a while they've lost 2 in a row. It's
The Lions, a lot of the Lions. I mean, I don't know. And then on top of it, who do they get at Thursday night? Burrow's back. The Dick is back. So they get that narrative too, right? It's just
they do, right?
It just drives me nuts that it bothers me that they continue to win.
Oh, and we still have a Black Friday game. Eagles, Bears.
Yeah, even Black Friday. Somehow this Bear team. I mean, I just don't understand it, guys. Like I'm sorry, the Giants had that. They were smoking that team, and the Bears are 8-3. They're disgusting to watch. They're disgusting to look at. They're disgusting to talk about. And somehow they're 8-3, leading that division. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Ben Johnson.
It's got to be Ben Johnson.
I'm going to give a bold prediction right now. The Bears are missing the playoffs.
I think so too.
I don't know. I'd have to look at
their.
They're
8-3.
Their schedule is tough. They've got one gimme in there. They've got the Eagles. They've got Green Bay twice. They're at San Francisco and the Lions.
Oh, okay.
I want to say, I looked at this last week, and I'm not sure if it's Green Bay. I'm not going to get this right, Ray, but I think those 3 teams still have a lot of games left with each other, like the Pack, the Bears, and like the whole NFC North or the NFC North.
Wait, do they actually play each other during the? Can they do that like the AFC South?
Well, by the way, we have an all AFC South this weekend.
Do we?
Yes.
Again, really? How does this?
We have an all AFC South, boys.
Does this happen 6 times a year? How is that possible?
I looked at the schedule before we came on. I was like, yep, you got all AFC South. It's hilarious. I wrote it down in my note just so I figure we're sneaking in right now. Yep. So keep your eye on that. What to watch for this weekend? All AFC South.
All AFC South.
AFC South all the time.
AFC South all the time. How do they do it?
Do they play 20 games against each other?
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. But if you
It's
go
like
to,
a-
yeah, I got
it's
to
like
the
a-
schedule. Yeah, it's all.
It's like
all
a
AFC
fantasy. South. It's like a fantasy division, and the commissioner forgot to set up let the auto schedule run. It's like, oh man, they got these guys playing each other 6 times this year.
Yeah.
Well, too late. It's already out
By the
there.
way, speaking of the AFC South, the Bills and the Texans played on last Thursday night, and those Texans uniforms were the worst things I've ever seen. Yet everyone talking about them were like, these are the best uniforms ever. I'm like, really? The helmet? I don't even know what was on a helmet. I don't know what was on the uniform. What the hell was going on?
I look like Arena League. It looked like they were walking
It really did.
It was Arena League football.
And I really hate the Bills. I mean, I will root for them once the Jets are out. They're not going to do it. I think this window is closed. I think
I know.
It's sad because you're watching one of the great talents of all time.
I know.
His prime being wasted by just, I don't know, poor roster management in my mind. But
I was cursing Bowen on Thursday night. Here I am watching a Bill Texan game, and I'm cursing Bowen like over and over because I'm like, I go, look, Bowen, are you watching? Look at this Houston Texan defense. Yep. That Texan defense, I couldn't believe what I was watching.
Smothering.
Josh Allen had nowhere to go.
No.
The guy was sacked 8 times. I feel like he could have been sacked another 8 more on top of that. Have you guys seen that was incredible what they were doing, that Texan defense.
I was saying that I didn't even have to watch another game. I was saying that to Bowen because I was yelling at Bowen. Do you see what the Lions are doing to us when we're trying to move the ball down and score? I mean, they're bringing safeties, they're bringing corners, and Winston has made some plays against it, but man, at least make people work for it. Ugh.
And Novak,
I'll say this.
Go ahead.
What's weird? Just one more thing on those Houston uniforms. Then they've got the H-Town uniforms, the other abominations that they wear sometimes. They have the best uniform in the sport, their normal uniform. And they must wear these abominations like for half the year.
It's weird.
So, Novak, I think you might have something more in the around the league before we go on.
I just texted you. I'm going to save that for my pet peeve.
Oh, all right.
All right.
We'll go. All right. So, Mike, previews and predictions.
Previews and predictions. All right, here we go. So, last week this is 2 weeks in a row we've all done this. Last week we all went 4-0 again. So we all picked Detroit, we all picked Baltimore, and our 4 different locks all hit: Baltimore, Seattle, New England, Detroit. So we all went 4-0. So the new records are Cardone 39-8, Cost 37-10, Novak 36-13, Hisman 34-13. So as normal, we will start with Cardone, who I think has led wire to wire. By the way, guys, I don't think.
Oh no.
I thought Novak was there for a couple of weeks.
He was, I think.
Novak
No?
led wire to wire last year.
Last year
pretty
I
much.
did.
Yeah.
Last year I did.
All right, I'll get it kicked off. So you got Atlanta at
At the Jets.
Atlanta
yeah,
at
of
New
course,
York.
yes, at MetDeath, right? So,
Yep.
this is another one. I got to be honest, Novak. I was like flipping a coin with this one.
Same way.
Not sure what to do with this game, but I think Atlanta's still being alive in the hunt, if you will. Just needing a win just to stay alive. For whatever reason, I went out much of a breakdown of this game. I have Atlanta winning an ugly game in the teens. I have them beating the Jets 19-16. I think the Jets play another close game, but in true Jet and Giant fashion, met death, they go down. So I got Atlanta 19-16. And then the Giants, we know, don't play until Monday night at a red-hot New England team. Man, that's another game I think the Giants will compete in, but I think they fall short again. I don't know where the Giants are going to get their next wins, right? I mean, now we're running out of games. We only have 6 games left for the Giants, or 2-10. No, I'm sorry, 5. They only have 5 games left.
Yeah,
So I don't think they get a win here. Give me New England 27-19 on Monday night. And my lock, pretty sure I haven't chosen this team yet. I'm going with the Clippers. Give me the Clip at home against the grotesque Las Vegas Raiders.
So I'm very much with Cardone here. Although I will say this, Falcons Jets. I think the Jets win this game. I think Tyrod Taylor pulls this out. The Falcons, to me, are one of the least impressive teams I can think of in the league. They have Bijan Robinson, who they don't use correctly. They don't seem to do much with the assets they have. So I'm going with the Jets in this game, 21-17. With the Giants, if the Giants had a bye week and can implement a better defense, I might go with the Giants. The Giants, again, they just play teams tough. I think Jackson Dart will be back for this one, and if he wasn't, it wouldn't matter because Winston's playing well anyway. But I still see the Patriots grinding out one here. And that's what it'll be. It'll be a grind out game. It'll be a prime time, probably a snooze fest as far as like many games go. 24-19. And then my lock is I will take the Niners, who I believe are playing Cleveland.
They are. Are they?
They are.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to go with the Giant game first. The Giants have been very close many times this year, and I watched a lot of that Patriots-Bengal game, and the Bengals should have won that game. Patriots did not play well. I think the Patriots have done a little bit of smoke and mirrors. I'm not as much of a believer in this team. Jackson Dart is coming back, right?
Supposedly.
This is a primetime game.
Yep.
I'm taking the Giants in a massive upset here over the Patriots, 28-27. to beat the Patriots, and because I got to start picking upsets because we just keep picking the Giants and the Jets to lose.
Yeah.
We're just gonna, we're it's not gonna get interesting. So I'm gonna do that. For the Jets, they've got to win another game somewhere along the line. I don't think they're going to be 2-15. The type of quarterback that they tend to play okay against are statue type quarterbacks because they've got a lot of speed on the edge with McDonald and Jermaine Johnson. So I think that they will contain Kirk Cousins a little bit here. They've been playing with a little fervor, Cardone, over the last couple of weeks. I'm shockingly going to take the Jets here, 21-20 over the Falcons in a close one.
21-20.
Yep. And I know next week I'm going to be kicking myself for picking the Jets and Giants to win on the same week, but why not? What have I got to lose?
Bold strategy there, Cotton.
Yeah, why not? And then I too, like Cardone, I'm going to take the clip. I watched that Raider game. Do you think the Jets and the Giants are bad? Watch the Raiders.
The Raiders.
They're
gross.
They're disgusting. Yeah. That's the worst team in the league. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, I haven't watched really the Titans, but the Raiders are awful. So I'm taking the Chargers in that game.
Does anyone give Pete Carroll shit?
No.
I haven't heard anything.
No, you don't hear a thing.
Seriously, I mean,
the drop.
Honestly, I was saying that today because they were doing a special about Ed McCaffrey and Christian McCaffrey, and they were showing, Mike Shanahan. And I said, what about Mike Shanahan? You never hear his name pop up. And someone said, well, he's ancient. He's 73 years old. Pete Carroll, 74.
74, yeah.
It's a cautionary tale for anyone that wants to go hire Belichick. Some of these guys just passed their prime.
Yeah.
For sure.
When I keep hearing people mention Belichick for the Giants, I'm like, it's
Get
over.
Out of here.
It's over.
He's done.
No, it's over. We had a shot.
I was asked that too about Belichick. I'm like, no, man.
That's never going to happen.
No, don't want him.
No one would touch him with a 10-foot pole except that 24-year-old nut job.
All right. I really agree with a lot that Novak said, talking about the Giants and Jets game, the Giants and the Patriots game. Is I think the Patriots are a lot of smoke and mirrors. If you look at who they've beaten and how they've beaten them, this is a cobbled together 10 wins, and it is a who's who of terrible teams that they've played. Now they beat the Bills in there, they beat Tampa in there, so there's some good wins in there. But now we're seeing that a win over the Bills and a win over Tampa may not be the awesome thing that we think it is. But I so desperately want to pick the Giants, Jackson Dart back and all that. But a scrappy team like this who will not eschew points, well coached, they're going to get us. They're going to get us in the end. I just have that feeling that we're going to make the big mistake at the end of the game, and they're going to get us. I'm just going to reverse Novak's score and say 28-27 New England over the Giants. Write that down. All right, Atlanta and the Jets. I mean, this may surprise people, but we're going to have 3 people picking the Jets here. I am also taking the Jets. The Jets have been spunky lately. Atlanta is they're just Atlanta, man. I don't know what else to say about Atlanta. They got Kirk Cousins back there. You like that, whatever. I see the Jets winning this. I see the Jets wanting it more. Atlanta seems like they're mailing this thing in. The Jets and the Giants, for that matter, both seem like teams to me who come and play every week. And I don't know if Atlanta's talented enough to overcome a sparked up Jets team. So I'm going to take the Jets. I'm going to take the Jets 17-13 over Atlanta. And my lock is going to be, where is that? I just had it up and I lost it. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills on the road at Pittsburgh. I don't think Buffalo's losing another game.
Cardone, what was your uncle's comment about the Falcons?
Oh, it was my dad actually at my sister's wedding. It was the year after we won the Super Bowl in 1986, and we're at the rehearsal dinner, and this was, I guess, in May of '87. So we're coming off the Super Bowl, and my dad had a few Manhattans. That was his drink of choice, and it was my Uncle Gary, who my dad was just barking, holding court like he always did, like at the bar, like just barking about the Giants, how they're going to repeat and this and that and all that. And all of a sudden, my Uncle Gary, who really didn't know a lot about football, he's kind of like, well, Carl, I think Atlanta is supposed to have a good team. My dad's just barking, turns around and goes, what? Fuck Atlanta.
I knew it was something like that. I love that story.
What? And my dad very selectively chose the F, use the F word. Certainly doesn't use it as much as myself and my brother, So when my dad said it, it's like, whoa, man, Carl's serious, so he loved his Giants so much that he was just like, what? Fuck Atlanta.
The Giants did beat Atlanta on way to one of the Super Bowls, and my dad's drink of choice was always a Manhattan too.
Yeah.
So,
and what's funny is, so that was the strike season for all you young football fans out there. I think that was there was one game that was cut short that year. So it was like a 15-game schedule. I went back and looked. I think Atlanta was like 3-12 that year or something. I've looked it up before. I'm like, no, my dad was right. Atlanta was
Dad
terrible.
was onto something there. Yeah.
That wasn't.
And why Uncle Gary chose Atlanta? Like Atlanta was nothing back. Like they were invisible back then. He's like, I don't know, Carl. Atlanta's supposed to be pretty good. What?
That was the scab year. Joe Gibbs.
Yeah, that was the scab year, 87.
Joe Gibbs in Washington won that year.
So since we're doing around the league, I'm going to go to Novak for pet peeves to start.
I have two. So quick one first. I'm going to throw in college football one probably every week now because I love college football. I hate that all these teams played these cupcakes the second to last week of the year. What is that?
Mm-hmm.
Dan Lanning from Oregon had it absolutely right. Play a fucking schedule in November. Don't be playing these basically Division II teams. I'm sorry. I just don't like it. I think it's stupid. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a scenario. I want you to tell me if. So in this scenario, you guys are Stefanik from the Browns. Score of the game is 24-10, and you are on the Raiders' 29-yard line. Minute and a half left. 4th and 2. What's your play call? 29-yard line of the Raiders.
I'm kicking the field goal.
Field goal.
Field goal. Cardone.
Wait, I'm down by.
You're up 14 because the Browns were up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
10.
was thinking of. Okay, I'm sorry. Absolutely, field goal. Yes.
Okay, so three of you said the field goal. You know what they chose to do?
Punt.
They punted from the 29-yard
line. I was
kidding. Yes. They punted.
Can you punt from there?
First time ever. But here's the interesting story, and here's why that's my pet peeve. The over-under on that game was 36.5.
Holy shit.
So you tell me.
By the way, McCaffrey just walked into the end zone.
So
wait a minute.
The over-under was 36.5. It was 36. They were on the 29-yard line, and they elected to punt from the 29-yard line.
29.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
This is Mike's prophecy.
I'm telling you, something stinks about this because
it really is.
That's a 46-yard field goal to go up by not just 2 scores, but
three.
the big two, the three
scores.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing:
Yeah.
if you kick the field goal, game over. You're up. It's over anyway. Of course, we all know that. But the other option was if they had gone for it on 4th and 2. Right, there's the chance that they could have busted one into the end zone or whatever and gone up 3 scores, right? So they elected to punt, which to me, that is the shortest, or someone said this, the first time ever that someone has punted inside the 30-yard line.
Has to be. Since they wore leather helmets, probably. No, back then.
And this can't really be investigated, can it?
I didn't think anything of it until I was listening to the radio today on FAN, and they said the over-under was 36.5, and it was at 36. So it stinks to me, and that's my pet peeve.
Got to be
someone who has the over noticed that. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, people are going nuts.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean,
I'm looking at the box score here. Here it is. Jesus.
Did he blast it through the end zone, or did he at least get it down in the?
I don't even know what. I don't know. Honestly, I wish I had investigated. I don't know. But I just thought, come on, something is not right here. I mean,
so whoever. So I don't know how you pronounce this guy. Some guy, Bjorkes punts 19 yards to Las Vegas 10.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, he got it down to the 10. Good job. That's hard.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So you punt down to the 10. And I know that the chances of the Browns coming or the Raiders coming back are like 1 in a million. However, they're still only down 2 scores with a minute and a half left. They couldn't a defender couldn't trip and they get a long touchdown and then they kick an onside kick, get it and score. That's not going to happen. But with a field goal, which is pretty much guaranteed, game's over no matter what you do. I don't know.
It's the one thing you would do if you definitely don't want any more points being scored in that game.
Exactly.
It's the one thing you would do if that was your goal.
100%.
If your goal is to win the football game, you kick the field goal.
Or go for it. Because if you go for it and get it,
it's over.
Game's over too, because you just sit on it 3 times, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
I did not hear that at the end of that game, Novak. That's wild. Yeah.
So that was my.
That's all
peeve. Something stinks to me.
I would like to know how many times this comes into play.
Is this just was this just a Stefanski? The only thing that could go bad for me right now is having Shadur Sanders on the field, so I'm going to punt.
Someone said that he was concerned about getting the kick blocked. Like, come on.
But he punted.
Exactly. Why couldn't
you get blocked? Yeah.
Why couldn't you get a punt return?
You can't block.
You could have a bad snap. The punter could fucking drop the ball. You don't know. I mean, yeah.
Correct.
These kickers, you're not getting anything blocked under 55.
No,
they can pop the ball.
Not.
They can pop the ball straight up in the air and make a 42-yarder.
It's an indoor stadium on top of it. They're not getting wind or anything like that. And their kicker is actually good.
Yeah, he is a good kicker. It's not. Yeah, right. I know. That's crazy.
Yeah,
it really is. So I'll go next. I have 2. My first is non-football related. It's the continual gaslighting we see with things, and one of it's around travel with Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving's coming up this week, and we heard in the past couple weeks how everyone has, shuttled their traffic, not doing travel because of the government shutdown. But yet, we also heard that this is the most traveled weekend ever. So I first off want to know how we determine it's the most traveled weekend ever. And second of all, what people like just change their travel plans and said, yeah, we're going to go after all.
Especially since how do we know 2 weeks before if it's going to be the most traveled weekend ever or not?
Exactly. How do you not know it until it happens?
Right. Yeah, right. That's true.
And then there's also like the gaslighting with the weather, because we hear, I see these terms all the time: weather aware, weather alert. And I heard weather aware this week on Thursday coming up, and it said you have to be weather aware because we might have a light rain and traffic might be, impacted. Really? It's
weather
rain.
Aware.
What the fuck are we talking about with weather aware or weather alert? Really? And I know, Cardone, I'm stepping on your pet peeve because you love weather.
I do.
But what does weather aware and weather alert mean?
I don't know what a weather aware is. I mean, shit. I mean, weather aware. It's every fucking day you walk out the house. It's like, well, I got to be aware of what what to wear. Like I don't know.
I'm with you. I have never gotten that, Scott. That whole I can look out the window. I can step outside and it's chilly. I need to put a jacket on. Exactly. I never got the complete obsession that has become about weather, because the time I've lived in Charlotte, like the 3 biggest weather days we've had were completely missed by the weather. Like nobody said it's coming, batten down the hatches. Whenever they do that, nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Well, especially with snow, right? With the big snow event that we get, and they'll send someone out in the field, and they're just
Cardone with the ruler
standing over the pavement.
Post. Yeah, the ruler on the fence post. They do the.
We got 6 inches.
This is unofficial, of course. Dipping the ruler down.
So my second pet peeve is about and I'm leaning into this, Mike, because you talked about last week with the officiating ombudsman thing. I really want to know. I cannot understand. I can't. I really can't fathom how we miss like obvious false starts or offsides. It happened in the Giants game. I did bring it up when we talked about the Giants earlier. The Giants had a second and goal from the 3, and there was a obvious offsides by the Lions, and the Giants lost 4 yards in that play. And it did get called.
Yes.
And I just wonder to myself, how do you not see this? You guys have called, and in the Giants game alone, they called 4 times people in the neutral zone, but they didn't see people jumping otherwise. I don't understand how this happens. And this goes back to the tush push, too. How do you not see guys moving early?
And then that one's got also like a secondary one. I saw it called in a Dallas game yesterday. That guy lined up, I guess the top of his helmet was lined up in a neutral zone, and they're fucking flagging that guy.
Yeah, Javine. Yeah, it was Clowney.
Was it okay, I don't remember. But it's like, all right, so you're willing to call, you're calling neutral zone shit, right? But you're not calling blatant guys flying into the backfield, way ahead of the snap. I don't know, man. They've lost. And that used to be the most easiest kind of penalty to call. False start or offsides. It's easy. It's obvious.
False start and offsides. You've got the official looking right down the line. I mean, that it's kind of inexcusable to miss that. And I don't know what's going on with false start. I mean, the Giants got away with one.
Yeah.
On a big play.
They do. Everyone
on
does.
Sunday. And it just seems like everyone just can false start now. And some teams figured it out before others, but it seems to me now that a lot of teams are saying, look, let your tackle go a half a beat early. However it is, you want to scheme that up to make that happen because they're not going to get called for that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. The offense already has enough advantages to me. Whoever's idea it is, whoever's got that word around that we're going to let tackles leave early, that one's got to be put back in the can. The offense has enough goddamn advantages.
Yeah.
That one's ridiculous. It's easy to call. It's easy to spot. Why don't we let them call that instead of running around calling illegal contact, which they cannot fucking do at all. Might as well let them call the ones they can get.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what made me most angry about this was Terry McCauley, who is the ref in the booth. And this is one of the pet peeves I have is why is there a ref in the booth? Because there was a play in I think it was the Rams game. It was one of the games that I think it was the Rams game. I think it was the Rams Buccaneer game where there was a play where the receiver caught the ball and he was down because his knee was touching the ground, but the Buccaneer or the Ram took the ball away from him. So it was a Buccaneer that caught the ball. The Ram took the ball away. And Terry McCauley said that in order to have a catch, you have to maintain possession and make a football move. And Collinsworth said, but his knee is down. Does that not matter? And Terry McCauley said, no, that's it.
Well, that's exactly why the NFL has them in there, to take the onus off of the commentators to actually give a real thought, an original idea, and to not challenge the NFL. It is yet again another way for the NFL to control every narrative possible. And these officials get on there, and the average fan, not you guys, not me, whatever, who are lukewarm fans, oh, well, there's an official and he's telling you how it really is supposed to be. So I guess we got to believe that. So no one challenges it and everyone goes about their business.
Yep. The only problem I have with that is that when he said that, I was like, okay. But then it turns out that once you look at the rule says once a player has his knee down and he's touched by the opponent, the play is dead immediately. So that to me, like the guy who was in the booth doesn't know the rules. And that's
he does.
why
He does know the rule. That's the thing. He does, but he's He's lying. He's actually lying to save the NFL.
that's
again.
the good part. Yeah, he's lying. So
Yeah, I mean, people. There are people calling games who don't know the rules, and I don't know if this was the Cowboys game or the game later that night. I watched a little bit of both of those, but there was a play where the quarterback got hit, the ball came out, and a defender caught it in the air.
Yeah.
And got tackled and went down. The announcer was going on and on and on about whether or not the quarterback's hand was going forward. Oh. And I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter. He caught the ball in the air. And he wouldn't stop. And you could tell that the guy in the booth next to him was like going, because the guy in the booth was, well, of course that it's going to be a turnover either way, Bill. And he's like, but is
do you want it to be an interception or a fumble? It doesn't matter.
Going forward, it's and he's like, it's very important. Like, no, it isn't. It isn't. The ball didn't hit the ground, so they just don't know what they're doing.
So, Mike, pet peeves?
Yeah, I got mine, and I've talked about this before. I hope it isn't a recent pet peeve. I'm getting old, my memory's bad, but it reared its head again this week, and I know I've talked about it before, but I don't know if I've ever used it as an actual pet peeve. So, have you guys ever heard in the NFL a quarterback throw the ball away and the announcers say, "Well, that was unwise"? No. No. Every time, no matter what the game situation is, no matter what happens, if the quarterback gets rid of that ball out of bounds, he wisely threw it away. Let's look at the all-22. Was there somebody wide open in the back of the end zone doing this, and he just threw it away? I don't know that every one of those that's ever happened in the history of the league has been wise. I just would like to. I want more information before we get the wisely throwing it away or the wisely stepping out of bounds. Like, but no, he's got 20 more yards. That one eats at me.
Well, I would fall off my chair if Patrick Mahomes threw one away and the announcer was like, I can't believe he didn't see Kelsey 7 yards down the field wide open.
No, it would be it's
Can
not.
You imagine?
Didn't Collinsworth say something to the effect one time of like Patrick Mahomes was throwing to someone right at the last minute, he saw he was covered, so he kind of held onto the back of the ball and it went into the dirt, and Collinsworth was like, this guy's incompletions are just as good as his completions. There's no way that he's going to criticize. What a great incompletion by Patrick Mahomes.
Thursday's going to be insufferable with that guy.
Oh, my God.
Is he on Thursday?
Well, Mahomes is, I'm saying.
Oh, okay. All right,
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I was saying last night when Collinsworth is calling the was it the Rams? I'm thinking, right, as like Collinsworth, it's okay to have even one, God forbid, 2 or 3 seconds of dead air before the next play. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to just have nothing and then wait for the next fucking snap. And then to how this guy has a story for in between every single play about every single player, coach, fan, fucking hot dog vendor in the stadium. It's a miracle. How can that be?
I don't know. You're right, though. He doesn't shut up.
He doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Like you watch games, it's okay. Like the color commentator, whatever. It's all right to just not be silent for 3 seconds and then wait for the next play. He can.
You can do that. You're allowed to do that.
He's also the master of the segue, right? Because he'll do like Patrick Mahomes while he's thinking about what he's gonna say.
Yeah.
And then he says it.
Yeah. And if he's doing a game without Mahomes in it, he will still reference Mahomes.
Oh, all the time.
No matter what the quarterback does. Does this remind you of Patrick Mahomes or what? What a beautiful, wise throwaway. That reminds me of Patrick Mahomes. Best incomplete pass I've ever seen. That's mine, short and sweet. Wisely throws it away. I think it was like 3rd down on the last series there for the Giants, and Winston threw it out of the back of the end zone. The announcer was like, wisely threw it away, and I'm like, why is that wise? We need a touchdown. What the hell's he doing?
That's a good one. I got 2 quick ones. We've already covered this earlier with the was it Bates, right? The kicker for the Lions. This again for it's not even a pet peeve. It's just the way of life with the Giants.
Curls it in.
I want to know. We were saying I had no doubt in my fucking mind this guy was making that kick. No doubt in my mind. And I'm rounding it up. I'm calling it a 60-yarder. So just throw it in that stat that we said a couple months ago where the Giants lead the NFL all time with game tying or winning field goals of 60 plus yards. 59. Just round the goddamn thing up. 60 yards. And it just absolutely must go through the uprights. I kept thinking to myself, just miss. Guy, I've seen misses in this league. I see misses all the time, not against this New York Giant football team, and especially when it's a game-tying or game-winning field goal, and especially when it's from 60 yards. 60 yards, that's a long kick still, even in this league. It still is.
Yes.
And this guy Bates, really it's about we've always hear career long, career best, career this, career that, and it comes against the Giants. I'm just sick to death of it. Some guy Bates is drilling a 59-yard field goal. Sick to my stomach. And then my other peeve, it happened to be Burns on the. I'm tired. Did you see the play where Burns comes in? He's got Goff absolutely dead to rights, lined up, and somehow he misses the sack.
Goff.
And this happens around the league. I'm sick to death of seeing linebackers, like the most athletic people on a sports professional field, miss tackle after tackle when the quarterback's just standing there. I'm sick to death of seeing guys not being able to break down, wrap up, and get a quarterback to the ground. And they always give credit to the quarterback. Oh, that Goff, what an elusive, slippery guy he is. No, he's not. He's a fucking cemented tool standing there, and Burns somehow can't. He's got him dead in his tracks, and he can't bring him down. I'm so tired of guys missing sacks around you see it in every game. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And it just bothers me. It's just the true definition of a pet peeve. It just pisses me off when I see guys just missing sacks. I can't stand it. And then the guy then Burns is sitting there with his hands on his head like, I can't believe I just missed that tackle. I don't either. I'm sitting on my couch. I can't fucking believe it. Can't stand the miss sack. Tired
and
of
it's
it.
some of the best players are missed. I saw
Yeah.
TJ Watt. Someone I saw missed. He just went right over him. He ducked just a little bit and almost jumped over the quarterback.
Oh, Burns, who
And I
leads
was
the
like,
league in sacks. It's
doing?
Micah Parsons doing it. It's all it's like some of the best players in the league. They can't get down like Matthew Stafford. I'm talking about, and I'm not talking about the Lamar Jacksons and guys that are running around. They got that's sure.
Right.
Guys that are just standing back there. You can't bring them to the ground.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can't get Jared Goff to the ground.
Yeah.
Crying out
Right.
loud.
I mean, really.
Who else? Who are you not? Who are you going to get to the ground? If you know what, this could have been a pet peeve of mine. Speaking of Burns, Cardone, you know what I got sick of?
Yeah.
Burns just scowling and slamming his helmet down when he came off the field.
Yep.
I'm like, fuck you, tackle somebody.
Tackle someone.
Why are you getting mad? Your offense is out there fucking lighting up the scoreboard. Get a goddamn stop, Burns. Who are you mad at? Who are you mad at?
He doesn't even know.
So we got a lot of questions coming up. The first is from Bonnie.
Hey.
We'll call Bonnie the flop because she's the first lady of the podcast. Right?
Okay. All right.
Is that right?
Where you're going with that? So I'm glad you got that.
I had to hear it first before I would agree to it.
She asks, which player coming out of college were you dead wrong about or right about?
So I'll start with that because she actually asked me that question this weekend. And so I answered it, and then I said, that'd be a good question for the pod for everyone else. I think I've gone over mine several times on here. As I thought Peyton Manning was going to be an absolute NFL loser. I thought this guy had no chance in the NFL. But that was certainly mine. That was a dead miss of a guy I thought was going to stink. I'll go way back for the guy I thought was going to be good and flopped. Do you guys remember Tony Mandarich?
Tony
yes.
Mandarich, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was going
Was the
to
Incredible
revolutionize. Yeah. He was going to revolutionize offensive line play, and he just stunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, No, I'll go next. One of the guys I thought would be great, I thought he would revolutionize the game of running back was Ron Dane.
Oh man.
And he didn't. Ron
Yeah.
Dane was there. And unfortunately, like a guy that I really hated coming out of college, and I didn't think he'd be good, and he was Cam Newton.
Cam Newton's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ron Dane.
I was completely off on Cam Newton, dude.
Ron Dane was just too soft for the NFL. He was too fluffy. Like, they were calling him Thunder, like running with Tiki Barber, right? They're calling
Hands
him
of
Thunder.
stone.
And he just wasn't Thunder.
No.
Like, Tiki was more Thunder than he was. Tiki was Thunder and Lightning, and Dane was just there.
Dane, he couldn't break tackles. He couldn't couldn't catch the ball. Couldn't break tackles.
I mean,
no speed.
Was that his rookie season, Cardone, or his second season, where he had a decent year? Like he had an okay year.
Okay numbers.
Like average 4 per carry or something, and But yeah, he never for the draft pick we used on him.
I guess I'll go, and then you can go,
okay.
Cardone.
Yeah.
So now the guy I'm going to say that I was wrong on, he's still not terrible, but I thought this was going to be the greatest quarterback of all time, and I was devastated when the Jets lost the opportunity to get him, and that's Trevor Lawrence. I really thought that he was going to be the next Peyton Manning, John Elway. I was convinced of it, 100% certain he was going to be the greatest of all time, and so far I've been wrong about that. I was also wrong about a guy named Vernon Gulston, who I thought was built like a brick shithouse. The guy was massive. The Jets drafted him in the first round. Stunk, never made it out of year one. The one I was right on was back in 1998. I remember telling all my friends, we have got to get this guy, Randy Moss, because I had seen him play at Marshall, and I was like, this is going to be the greatest receiver of all time. So you're right. Sometimes I was wrong more than I'm right, but that one I was right.
Yeah. For me, so I have two guys maybe I misinterpreted the question because I had two guys that I was wrong on. One was good, the other one sucked. So the one guy I thought was not going to amount to much coming out of college, quarterback out of Alabama. I didn't think Jalen Hurts was going to be that great. I really didn't.
Oh, that's a good one.
I was thinking, he's going to be a scrub. He's going to be, one of those. I just didn't think he would be that flashy. I didn't think he would put up the numbers he has. The guy's won a championship. Now, be it he's behind, a great offensive line, but Jalen Hurts, every time, I still to this day still say, like, this guy, I did not have him pegged for doing what he's doing, and he's got a chance to win multiple championships. So I was wrong about him. And the other guy I thought is one of our own guys. This guy I thought was going to be the anchor on our line. Another guy from Alabama. You probably know where I'm going. Evan fucking Neal. I thought this guy was going to be just a 10 to 12-year guy just locking down our offensive line and being the anchor, being the pillar. And that guy's just been a bum of all bums.
Absolutely.
So I got two Alabama guys. One I didn't. So I don't know if I have a guy that I was right about, but I was thinking more guys that I was wrong about. One good, one not good.
Wow. We have a bunch of questions too. So Peacock asks, what's our best Thanksgiving memory? He's asking for all of us, what we see. For me, it was LT. LT returned a interception for a touchdown. That's my memory.
I'll follow that, Scott, because that's exactly where my head went. And not only the because that was only LT's second year, but also he dominated defensively too. Aside from the interception, which won the game, but I was 13, I guess we were, Scott, back in that in '82, and I remember being at my aunt and uncle's house out on Baldwin, Long Island, watching that game on the old black and white TV because this is 1982 back then. Sitting at the kids' table probably, and that was. I think it was the only time the Giants have ever fucking won on Thanksgiving, so that's maybe another reason.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, my head went exactly there. I can picture LT picking that off at the 5-yard line and running it back all the way and spiking it behind him on Thanksgiving Day. And at the end, by the way, of one of the worst games I've ever watched. That game was 6-6. Now LT and the Giants are putting on a defensive clinic, but their offense was just terrible. that day, and then LT scores the only touchdown of the game. And that's when I heard my dad, I believe that's when I heard my dad make the statement that I've used my entire life after that is LT and that Giants defense, those early years of LT, that was really the only time I remember watching football when I was more comfortable when my defense was on the field. I just felt like there was more of a chance for something really good to happen when the defense was on the field than the offense.
That was a good
My
one.
dad, I think that was the day my dad said it, and I was like, that was good. I'm gonna use that.
Mine has to be the butt fumble. Which was Thanksgiving
That's right. That was
night. I was
Thanksgiving,
with my whole family, and my father, my brother, and I were on the couch. That everyone was surrounding us. The butt fumble happened, and everyone was laughing their asses off. And I just remember thinking, it can't get lower than this. Can it? And sure enough, it has.
The butt fumble was on Thanksgiving. Like I didn't even realize that.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
I remember. Yeah, now I remember it, and I remember where I was watching that game at an old neighbor's house years ago. So that was one of the butt fumbles. Actually, like one of those sporting events. Like you remember where you were watching that. Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm associated with it. Great.
So Peacock also asks, what is the current or past Giant Jets player who would make the best WWF wrestler?
Oh, Giants is easy, right? Is it Shockey?
Yeah.
No, see, I was thinking that.
Damn it! I was going to say Shockey.
I was thinking Bavaro. I'd love to see Bavaro.
More of like the Undertaker role.
Bavaro is like
Bavaro's
the guy
too
who
like
doesn't
quiet
speak.
though. You know, like I don't know. I
doesn't speak
yeah.
like somehow there's no speak there.
I mean, for the Jets, it's easy. It's either Mark Gastineau or Joe Klecko.
Absolutely.
Gastineau would be a better, or both of them. Yeah.
As a tag team.
Yeah. Gastineau would have been a better like entertainer, but Klecko would have just gone out there with like, jean shorts on and just like beat someone's ass.
Eat the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
Beat someone's ass. Yeah, Shockey pretty much was a professional wrestler. I think that a tag team of Prime Shockey and Prime Scattaboo would be a good wrestling
pretty good
combo.
Yeah.
And then Peacock also asks, and we probably answer this, if the NFL if the games ended up after 3 quarters, would the Giants be the division leaders? We probably would be.
Oh, man.
I think it would be.
Yeah, I saw a thing today which made me laugh out loud. It was an Instagram reel, and it had the, the Madden. You know when you win the Super Bowl, Madden, and the confetti's falling. And so it had the Giants winning the Super Bowl in Madden, and Dable's out there holding the trophy, and the caption said, "The New York Giants, if the NFL only played 3 quarters."
There you go.
I laughed out loud.
Well, I think you're right. It's always been that. You guys have anything else? Is
that all our questions?
That's it. But I will.
All right, I will say one quick thing. I'm wearing my Susquehanna University gear. The Susquehanna Riverhawks beat Washington Jefferson College in the playoffs, and the coach of Washington Jefferson, one Mike Sirianni, brother of Nick Sirianni.
No way.
Out of town.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So I want to punch him in the face.
The Sirianni brothers.
They're everywhere.
I don't know about that. I think I do. So, guys, next week we got 2 of our games, and then after that we're on a bye, and the Jets aren't. So
we are on a bye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Late bye this year for the Giants.
Obviously, we can't record on Monday this coming week, right? Or are we going to do the live watching the Giants while we record?
We can always do a live, or we might do Tuesday. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll talk about it as you guys watch the Giant game.
Oh my God!
Entertaining nonetheless.
We might do Tuesday.
Got to think about that one.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And, thankful and for you guys and doing this. Enjoy it. Love hanging out, and looking forward to continuing it for the next few more weeks.
Absolutely.
That's a good point, Novak. I mean, we usually do like a happy Thanksgiving. So for me too, I think everyone, we've had a lot of new listeners. We appreciate that. We love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
100%.
No, get after it on Thursday. Enjoy the time off. It's all well deserved for all of us. Just enjoy your friends and family. It's one of my favorite weekends of the year, if not my favorite weekend. So football everywhere. There's tons of sports on every day. So you sleep in, eat and drink. It's nothing better.
Agreed.
Adios.
All right,
right.
fellas. Have a great night.
See ya.